But when you do not change your story, you have emotional wavering, and that is not good for your health. That is not good for your mental emotional health. That is not good for your self esteem, not good for your confidence, not good for your career, not good for your finances, not good for your dating life, not good for your social life. It makes you a living ghost. Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. Today, we'll discuss why it is extremely important to change your story to manifest successfully, and we'll also discuss how to actually change your story, as in what actual steps you have to take to change your story. So let me tell you a story to explain all of this. So I recently came across a YouTube video which talked about a Harvard psychologist, and what this guy did was he just approached a random school in California, and he told the school management that I am a psychologist from Harvard and I devised this test to separate the genius students from the average. So if we do this test for the students, okay, the students who do really well are the future geniuses. They will become politicians, presidents, leaders, pioneers, thinkers, celebrities, CEOs. So by doing this test, we can separate them, we can identify them, and then you can nurture them so that they actually fulfill their destiny. And so the students were tested, and a bunch of students, they were identified to be special, having special talents. And in the examination, in the school examination the following year, these special kids, they performed exceptionally well. The kids did not know about the test. They did not know who is special and who is average. Only the teachers knew. And these kids, it was and this test, it was 100% accurate. All the kids who had been identified to be especially gifted or talented did exceptionally well, and the teachers told the scientist that, wow, this is phenomenal, your test is 100% accurate. And what happened was, the psychologist told them that there was no test. The test was fake. I just chose a bunch of students randomly and told you that they were special. And so the teachers began to view these students as special, and knowingly or unknowingly, they gave them special attention. Knowingly or unknowingly, they praised them more. That boosted the students' confidence, that boosted the students' self-esteem. They changed the students' story. Earlier, the students were like, oh, school is a place where I have to go and learn and it's difficult and stuff. But by telling the teachers that these students are exceptional, the teachers knowingly or unknowingly change the story for the students. These students began to get praised more. Knowingly or unknowingly, the teacher gave them special attention. They made them feel special. And so they performed exceptionally well. And by performing exceptionally well, now they developed this assumption that I am smart, I am intelligent, I am really talented, I am gifted, my teachers praise me, my teachers always compliment me, I do exceptionally well at school, I am better than the other students. And that probably carried on throughout their life. And most of these students probably did go on to become very successful. So that is why changing your story is so important. And not only is it important, it is actually very powerful. There's this British hypnotist. He basically shot an entire episode titled The Power of Your Mind or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. But he found people, who were afraid of heights. And he told them, we have this really advanced drug that was used by the US Army so that their soldiers became fearless in war zones, in battle zones. And it is really, really effective. It's called Ramyodin. And you should take this and you will lose your fear of heights. So that person is like, oh, I am taking this pill now, this really advanced drug, and I'm going to lose my fear of heights. And so by popping that pill every day, by popping that drug, he's like, oh, I'm fearless now. I'm not afraid of heights. They took one guy who was introverted and timid his entire life. He had trouble expressing himself. He never spoke to people. He never stood up for himself. And then they gave him this drug and told him, if you take this drug, you will become fearless, just like the soldiers. And several days later, they sort of played out a scene wherein some bad guys were, molesting a girl, or they were doing something bad at a pub. And this guy actually stood up for that person, and he fought off the bad guys. And this guy, who was always so timid, actually managed to muster the courage to take on a bunch of bad guys. And those guys were like big. Some people were told that you take this drug, you will quit smoking. Some people were told you would take this drug, you will start losing weight. And all of them were successful. All of them got their desired result. And later on, Darren Brown went on to explain that there is no drug. These are all just sugar pills that these people had been popping all this while. But they told themselves the story that if I pop this drug, if I take this drug, I will become fearless, I will lose my fear of heights, I can quit smoking, I can lose weight, and hundreds of categories, extremely high success rate. And David went on to explain that there is no drug, it's actually a sugar pill, and Ramyodin. If you rearrange the letters, it is just your mind. So that is the power of story. When you don't change your story, you affirm for 15 minutes or you visualize for 15 minutes, you do it half-heartedly. And after 15 minutes, you are back to the old story. Even if you do it properly, assumption plus confidence, assumption plus faith is equal to manifestation. Assumption plus confidence is equal to manifestation. So you assumed for 15 minutes, but there was no faith. There was no confidence. So you became really unsure. So affirming for 15 minutes and then going back to the old story is not really helpful, is it now? So that is why it's important to change the story. When you assume for 15 minutes and after that you hold the faith, that is when the manifestation happens in a beautiful manner. It unfolds in a really adventurous, beautiful manner. When you do not change your story, it is very, very, very bad for your mental health, because this constant emotional wavering is not good. When you're actually really anxious and you are affirming like crazy, my SP has no free will, my SP has no free will, my SP has no fucking free will, that is not good for your mental health. And that is why it is important to keep the faith, and you keep that faith by changing your story. And how to change your story? It's actually easy. You have to think from the end. You have to think from that headspace of already having accomplished what you want to manifest. So, if you want to manifest $10,000, you change your story by, oh, money comes very easily to me. It's so easy to manifest money. I manifest money effortlessly. Everybody wants to hire me. I receive money unexpectedly. I am making great strides in my profession. My business is blowing up. And the most important one, I am not going to manifest $10,000. I already manifested $10,000. I already am rich. I feel really successful and proud of myself as I am now wealthy. By doing this, consciously or subconsciously, you start thinking, acting, planning, managing your finances like a rich person. And that is when the manifestation shows up and it sticks. When you say, I'm not going to manifest it, I already manifested it, and you contemplate, you sort of enjoy saying that affirmation. Oh, I feel really rich and abundant as I already manifested $100,000. I'm not going to do it, because that sort of, when you're going to do it, is you get caught up in the theory. Oh, like, how will other people in my reality know that they have to send me money? How will the recruiters know that they have to give me the job? How will the companies know that they have to give me this position? How will other people know that they have to buy my products? A business becomes successful when they start operating like a successful business. A person becomes wealthy when they start being wealthy. Like, I know it sounds so fucking obvious, but a person becomes wealthy by being wealthy in their mind, in their headspace, in their attitude towards money. A couple days ago, I was talking to a guy who is like really rich, and he comes from a rich background, wealthy background, like family money, lots of family money. And this guy, he happened to say something just casually. Okay, he was not even thinking about it. but it made so much bloody financial sense, you know. So this guy said something casually, it made so much financial sense, and that is when, I sort of noticed that this guy, even though he probably hasn't read about finance that much or doesn't even have that much experience in the real world managing businesses, but sort of subconsciously he's picked up on the family's behavior, the way they talk about money, the way they think about money. So, the way to change your story is to tell yourself that I am not going to get there. I am already there. I am not going to manifest my SP. I already manifested my SP. You are not going to go to Barbados. You are right now already in Barbados. And you persist in the joy of that affirmation, in the joy of that state, of that mood of the wish fulfilled, which is actually easy. But when you do not change your story, you have emotional wavering. And that is not good for your health. That is not good for your mental, emotional health. That is not good for your self-esteem, not good for your confidence, not good for your career, not good for your finances, not good for your dating life, not good for your social life. It makes you a living ghost, a zombie, when you have that emotional wavering. So how to change your story is, of course, to imagine yourself into the state of the wish fulfilled. Okay, and then holding the faith, whenever doubts pop up, you tell yourself, I am not going to manifest this. I already manifested it. And then in ways that are very magical and sort of impossible for you and me to predetermine right now, your manifestation will unfold beautifully. There was this really good trainer, okay, and he was talking to an ectomorph. An ectomorph is a person who has difficulty gaining weight. And this person was 150 pounds and he wanted to be 200 pounds. And he told his trainer, that I'm doing this and I'm working out very hard, but I can't seem to gain weight. Okay. And the trainer pointed out something really simple, that in order to be a 200-pound person, you have to eat like a 200-pounder. Are you doing that? And that was like an aha moment for the 150-pound guy. So in order to get your manifestation, you have to feed your mind with the food, as in thoughts, affirmations, of that version of yourself who already has the manifestation. A 150-pound person, in order to become a 200-pound person, has to eat like a 200-pounder. So this version of so let us take let's imagine that this is John, okay, who makes $3,000 per month. In order to become the John who makes $10,000 per month, he has to feed his mind with the food, with the thoughts, with the affirmations of a person who is making $10,000 a month. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope that you liked this video. I would like to recommend a video titled How to Overcome Any Circumstance. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. If you like this video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Unleash the power within you. And remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.